Hi, it's Nicola Bird here from a little piece of mind.co.uk. So today we're on B, and B is for Blankie, right? So this, in our house, we have a whole load of blankets all around the house, much to my husband's annoyance, which we love putting over ourselves and snuggling up and watching TV, and if we're self-isolating, we'll be doing a lot more of this, right? This is my favourite one, right? It's so soft and nice. Now, why am I talking about this today? Well, it strikes me that the nature of this blanket, right, is it's soft and it's cozy and it's warm and it has those properties, right? It's just built into the nature of this blanket. Now, if you imagine that represents peace and joy and well-being, profound well-being. And then I want you to imagine that this blankie is infinite, right? So it's pretty big, but imagine it being infinitely huge, right? There's only one, but it's huge. Now, the nature of it is warm, soft, and cuddly, right? But each bit of this blanket, can you see, right? There's this thread, and then there's this thread, and there's this thread, and this thread, and this represents like every different thing in the world of form that can arise, right? So this might be me, this might be you. There's 7 billion of these for starters, right? All these different people. This one is a puppy, this one is a flower, this one is a petal, this one is a thought, this one is a feeling, this one is a cloud, this one is a raindrop, right? The world of 10,000 things, right? 10 gazillion things, infinite things. This infinite blanket has infinite different forms it can take, right? Everyone's slightly unique, everyone different, right? And these forms move, shift and change. Sometimes they're fallen over, sometimes they're standing up straight, sometimes there's tears, sometimes there's fearful thought, sometimes there's disease, sometimes there's sickness, sometimes there's joy, sometimes there's sitting on the sofa watching Pitch Perfect with your daughter, sometimes there's raindrops, sometimes there's sunshine, sometimes there's flowers growing, sometimes there's flowers falling over and dying, right, in my greenhouse right now. All of it, every single bit of it, right, infinite different forms that can shift and change and appear and disappear here. This blanket is infinite. But what's really cool to see in this current time that we're in right now is that every one of these individual threads is made of blanket. It can never not be blanket. Even the flowers that are wilting right now in my greenhouse and the ones that are thriving, they are the same amount of blanket, right? The person that's worried, the person that is totally calm, all made of blanket. Now we go on a search for our well-being, if you like the last thing many of us feel is well-being right now. And sometimes it's just really good to be reminded of the fact that beneath all of the fur, right, all the different ways that life is playing out right now, it's all blankie, right? It's all at its core well-being and peace, into which this experience of all these different multiple experiences happen. Now, why is that helpful? Well, because for me, it lets me know that sometimes there might be tears right now. There were tears this morning, right? That sometimes there might be fear. Sometimes there might be upset. Sometimes there's sitting in the sunshine, drinking a cup of coffee in the sun, listening to the birds in absolute joy, even though coronavirus is around. Sometimes there's sitting on the sofa with my daughter watching Pitch Perfect. All of it's allowed, right? This blanket can handle any shape of fluff, any direction that this fluff points in. And the profound well-being, our profound peace, the unshakable blankiness, right? The blanketness of this blanket can never change. It never gets impacted by whatever's showing up on top of it. So what that means for me on a really personal, practical level It means that I'm free to get upset. I'm free to get worried. I'm free to have a sleepless night. I'm free to be happy. I'm free to be joyful. I'm free to call my parents. I'm free to any and all of it. And I know that underneath there's a constant, that despite all the changing, despite all the chaos, despite all the uncertainty, there's something that never changes, that you can absolutely rely on, that never gets overwhelmed by what's showing up on top of it here. There's something constant underneath all this shifting change. And it's the very essence of everything that appears in front of us. It's the very essence of our being. And that reliableness, that solidness, that constant, the only constant we can rely on right now, the whatever it is that lies before experience gets created. I'm free to freak out and know that I'm still Blankie, right? That's hugely comforting to me right now. And if you watch this video, you have no idea what this mad woman is talking about. That's fine. There'll be 24 more videos coming. But for some of you, I hope this will be really helpful. And I guess today's message is just to be more Blankie, for whatever it's worth. Come on, guys, I got 26 that I need to think of here, and I'm going to need one for every letter. I'm already worrying about X and Z, so bear with me when I come up with some crazy ones for some of these letters. But we are already Blankie. We can't be more Blankie. We already are Blankie. Nothing. Whether you get sick, whether your loved ones get sick, even whether we're here or not in this bodily form, we are never not Blankie. And that is so wonderful to remember. Right, I'll be back with letter C tomorrow. Goodness knows what I'll come up with. But so it was not going to be on coronavirus, I'll tell you that for now. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.